Hello everyone, my name is Jensen and I am really glad to be here with you today. I just want to relay to you my testimony on how blessed I am. If anyone told me 10 years ago that I'd be standing here before you today, I would never have believed it. I wasn't even attending church. Unlike Samuel, who after 3 calls heard God, I just kept on my own merry way, doing what I wanted to do and had no idea. But God decided that I was taking too long to get onto His plan, so He confined me to bed in such excruciating pain it's impossible for me to relay to you. But what it did do was it gave me time to put into perspective my life. And I also had the opportunity to read 40 Days of Purpose, and I knew that God had a purpose for my life and that there were more days behind me than ahead of me, so I'd better hurry up and get in His plan. During that time that I was confined and in excruciating pain, one of my church friends called me because I had just started going back to church, and they asked me if I would discern for pastoral counsel. I told them that I didn't know because I was still confined to bed, but if I could, I would. Well, the following Sunday was Discernment Sunday, and for the first time, I was actually able to get out of bed on my own. I have no idea how I drove to church, but I discerned for pastoral counsel. And in May of that year, started in pastoral counsel. And at first meeting, our pastor, Father John Tapp, asked us if we, the council, would consider becoming a twinning parish. I thought, okay, the only twin I knew was you were fraternal or identical. I had no idea what a twinning parish was, and so we said yes, we would do that. Over the course of the next 3 years that I was on pastoral council, we set up committee after committee looking for a parish with which to twin. Finally, in 2008, February, we found Parish Twinning Programs of America, who sent us a parish that they thought would match our needs. So we contacted the pastor, and in April of 2008, he came to visit us at Holy Family. And Father John decided that before we could make a decision, we would have to go to Haiti. Not my way, I would never go to Haiti. I need to have a shower and wash my hair every day. There was no running water, no electricity, and you had to cross 10 mountains. Water, either walking, motorcycle, or mule. I don't think so. So we were in the conference room one evening, and Father said, we really need to make a decision on who's going to go. So he started going around the table. The first person said yes, they could go. The second person said no. The third person said no, and I obviously was going to say no. And he got to me, and this yes came out of my mouth, and it was like, the woman sitting next to me said, Karen, you know you can't be prissy and go to Haiti. And it's like, yeah, I know that. How that yes ever came out of my mouth, I have no idea. But in June of 2008, we made our first trip to Haiti, and it truly was life-changing. We got off the plane, and I cried all the way from the plane to the mission house. I had never seen such abject poverty in my life, and I just couldn't process it. In the meantime, I had started the 4-year program for the Lay Pastoral Ministry Institute through the diocese, which required you to do an apprenticeship and a practicum. So I came back after that trip, and the pastor there had asked us if we would return in 2009. Oh well, I said yes, but who knew? So 2009, Father John was going to return. I said I would return, hoping that of course I wouldn't have to. And he could not go because of his calendar, and so he asked me if I would go, and I said yes. And he said, well, can you take someone else from the parish with you? So I put an ad in the bulletin, and no one answered. And he finally said to me, if no one answers, will you go by yourself? And I said yes. Well, a woman did answer. I went with her in 2009, and I was just so unbelievably incredibly impacted by what I saw, because I had been struck by 5 hurricanes in 2009. I came back and I asked Father if he would support a medical mission because they had never seen a doctor. And he said yes. And so I'm driving home, and I thought to myself, what in heaven's name is going on? Do you know what you just did? Because I have no tangible skills. I don't cook, I don't keep a checkbook, I don't do anything. The only thing I can do maybe is sew a button. And I thought, but I am resourceful. So the next thing I knew, I was out looking for doctors, looking for nurses, and had no idea where to start or anything, except that I knew there was one doctor in our parish. And so I went about. The next thing I knew, God is sending me nurses, God is sending me physicians, and we planned our first medical mission for April of 2010. Now, we're only human. What did we know about 2010? But on January 12th, 2010, the earthquake struck Haiti. Little did we know how much a medical mission would mean in 4 months to those people. We did our first medical mission 2 weeks after the United States opened the runway to Haiti. And I cannot tell you how blessed I feel. This year we completed our 5th medical mission. And all I know is that my resourcefulness created what God wanted to happen, all these medical missions, and for the first time we added a dentist. And he has now agreed, and 2 of his friends have agreed, and we're taking a dental mission back in December of this year with 4 dentists. And so, if you will, just look at your talents and look at your gifts. Give them to the Holy Spirit. God will truly use them how he needs to have them used by you, for him. And you will be more than blessed as I am if you just say yes.
Will you come?